There you are. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to another edition of our Good Morning Grief Devotional. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr. Happy to be here and excited to lead you in yet another grief devotional. This is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked that question. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and the normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. And that's why we say good morning, because mourning is a good thing. Mourning is a great thing. And we are grateful to have this opportunity to mourn together in community, to mourn together as a village of individuals. And so, thank you for joining us today. I'm so glad to have you in the place today. So glad to see your face in this virtual space and place on today. Hope your Wednesday was wonderful. I hope your week has been wonderful altogether. Today is Thursday. Amen. Just 2 more days, today and tomorrow. Y'all made it to the weekend. Amen. So keep on. Stay in the fight. Keep hanging in there. Keep fighting the good fight of faith. Amen. As we are on the other side of the week. Amen. Well, I'm excited about today's lesson as always. Let's look at our grief quote. It comes from Thomas Wentworth Higginson, who says, God offers us a yearly necklace of 12 pearls. Most men choose the fairest, label it June, and cast the rest away. God offers us a yearly necklace of 12 pearls. Most men choose the fairest, label it June, and cast the rest away. We're going to talk about grief in June. Grief in June. This is June the 8th. Amen. This lesson is designed to talk about some kind of a way. Grief in June. Let's talk about it. June is often the fairest month in Colorado. That's where the author of our devotional lives. June is often the fairest month here in Colorado. The days are warm, the skies are blue, the flowers are lush, and the nights are still a bit crisp. The days of June are also long, giving us 16 or so hours of golden sunlight each day. Depending on where we are in our grief journeys, we may not be in a position to admire June. Or we may be emerging just enough from our darkness to appreciate her beauty. There's a couple of things here, y'all, that is important to note and understand. Knowing where you are in your grief journey, right? Knowing where you are in your grief journey. Understanding that it is a journey and that everybody is in different places, everybody is in different spaces. And even if you've taken steps forward and steps backward, if you've continued to mourn meaningfully, if you have been actively mourning, if you have been progressing on your grief journey, right? Whether it's been 3 months or 3 years, you got to know and understand where you are on your grief journey. And I love this picture he's painting because he's saying, depending on where you are on your grief journey, we may not be in a position to admire June. Some people don't admire June. Why? This is what you got to know and understand. Because of everything that's happening. The days are warm, the skies are blue, the flowers are lush, nights are crisp, days are long, 16 hours of golden sunlight each day. All of these beautiful living things, all of this beauty, all of this life that June provides, right? And there are some people who are not in a position to be able to admire what's taking place in the month of June. Where you could be in your grief journey, there are beautiful things, there are things full of life around you, there are things that are bright and brilliant and warm and all of these things, and you may not be in a season or you may not be in a place and in a space to where you can admire or love those things. And really, this is a metaphor for anything. And this is the thing. You got to remember, grief is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition, right? So when everything else is vibrant, you're not feeling vibrant. And when everything else is seem like it's coming alive, you're not alive. When everything else is golden and alive and lush and warm, and people are looking at you like, snap out of it. What are you doing? What are you feeling? Come on. You may not be in that season as it relates to your grief. And this is what you got to know and understand. It's okay, right? Because how you're feeling is the natural and normal response to grief. Don't let people bully you or peer pressure you into feeling a way that you don't feel, right? Don't let people bully you or peer pressure you into being where they think you should be or feeling how they think you should feel, because your grief is your journey. Is your grief is your story. Your grief is your grief. It's not anybody else's grief. Your grief is your grief. Your grief is your journey. Your grief is your story. So you may not be in a season to where you can admire and love all of those things that are going on and taking place. However, and yet ever, right? Some of you may be emerging just enough from your darkness to appreciate her beauty. There are some people that may be emerging from the darkness of your grief where you can appreciate the beauty of June, where you can appreciate the beauty of the things around you, where you can appreciate the beauty and the warmth of not only just the month of June, but those things in your life that are warm and golden and lush and growing, right? The key is to know where you are in your grief journey, to know where you are. And if you're in a position where you really don't appreciate, or you really don't, I want to say what they say, it's not appreciate, admire, right? You're not in a position to admire June. This is what you got to know. It's okay. If you're in a position where you are emerging from the darkness of your grief so that you can really appreciate your June, that's okay too, right? You got to know and understand it's okay. He goes on to say, I've spent many Junes in wonder, but at least several in despair. Regardless, I know that June is outside waiting for me, always ready to extend me her hope and healing. And I trust that even I am in no position to commune with her, she will return next year, unoffended by my temporary absence, and without fail unfurling anew her splendor. Ooh, that is so beautiful. Here's the final thought, y'all. I may miss certain moments of healing, wonder, during my time of intense grief, but I needn't fret, for I can trust that I will have the opportunity to experience more such moments in my future. I may miss certain moments of healing wonder during my time of intense grief. This is so very important, y'all. There are certain things that you may miss during your time of intense grief, certain moments that you may miss, right? During your time of intense grief, certain things that happen that you come to. So I can remember. I told you my father died out when I was getting my associate's degree, and he had died like 2.5, 3 weeks before. Was it 2 weeks? It was 3 weeks to the day. It was 3 weeks to the day that I was getting my degree. And so, and I remember that it was a very dark time, right? I was just in a daze and I had waited for this moment. And, I got to this point and I had got my cap and gown in the mail. So I did put it on to take a picture and send it to him. And him and my mama. And he was just like, man, I'm so proud of you. So he got to see me in my cap and gown, not just walking across the stage. But that was a moment, right? That I just remember it was just dark and I was sad. I really couldn't embrace it or enjoy it fully, right? So fast forward, right? Once I got my bachelor's and I got my master's degree, I remember, especially my master's degree, I remember just being very excited. I was very exuberant. I was very celebratory, right? And I think it's part because I had missed the moment or the opportunity before, and I was in grief. And it was such a darkness before that I said, oh, this time around, oh, I'm celebrating. Oh, I'm going to celebrate. I'm celebrating high fashion, right? And so there are certain moments. I love the way this pins is. There are certain moments. I may miss certain moments of healing wonder during my time of intense grief, but I need not fret, for I can trust that I will have the opportunity to experience more such moments in my future. You may miss such moments, right? Of your of June and the splendor and the beauty that it brings, but June is coming back around. If the what they say, if the Lord tarry, right, you'll get the wonderful opportunity, to emerge out of the darkness of your grief and be able to enjoy and experience that in which may not be enjoyable in this season that you're in now, right? So look, I hope you got it. I hope that makes sense. It's grief in June, June grief, however you want to call it, grief in June. Talk to me. Y'all got any questions, comments as it relates to that lesson? Any questions or comments? I want you to be able to grasp and understand and comprehend, and being able to enjoy, or just have an understanding of what we're talking about navigating through. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Questions, comments, questions, comments. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We are it's day 159, y'all. 159. You have received 159 grief devotions. I don't know if y'all understand how epic that is. Amen. You probably, for those of you who've seen counselors and therapists and those wonderful things, and I applaud it and keep on seeing them. You're seeing them, but I bet you haven't seen them 159 times, right? I bet you haven't had 159 sessions, right? And so I'm grateful. It takes a collective effort of all these things to help us to navigate through what we're going through. I'm just grateful and thankful for allowing y'all to allow me to be a part of your grief journey, right? Allow me to be a part of your grief journey. And I want you to take the time, since we are in the month of June, if you are in the place and in the space to be able to enjoy wherever you are right now, if you are in a place in the space to be able to enjoy June, I want you to enjoy it. There are so many different, you ain't got to live in Colorado, but there are so many different aspects to June that we can enjoy. Things are blossoming. The sun is shining, right? It is warm. The breeze is flowing. It is crisp. I told you we love to sit on the porch and just enjoy nature, right? The cool breeze, cold drink, watching the trees sway, right? There are so many beautiful aspects. Looking at our flowers that we got to refresh. There are so many beautiful aspects to June that can bring about a healing even in the midst of our grief. And so enjoy June. Enjoy June. Come on, Felicia Henderson. My birthday is June 20th. My husband is the 21st. Come on, birthday. Happy early birthday to you. Alan Johnson. Hey, Alan, I appreciate the word. It just helped me understand what I'm feeling right now. I love it. That is beautiful, my brother. That is absolutely awesome. Yes, Pastor Corey, all of that. All of that. Amen. All of that. Amen. I appreciate it. Well, look, I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have a thriving Thursday. Remember, enjoy the beauty of June. I'll be back tomorrow. The Lord say the same, 8 a.m. To bring you another grief bite. I love y'all with the love of the Lord.
Good morning.